Hi and welcome to your core tune-up class. I'm Helen. Welcome back to my channel. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. No equipment needed, so let's go ahead and start lying down. Come onto your back. All right, so with the knees bent to start with, round back and press your lower back down into the mat. You'll feel your tummy muscles switch on. So now let's lift the knees in towards the chest. Relax the neck. Relax your arms by your side. Start to straighten the legs just a little bit more, not completely. And then we'll pedal the feet around in a small circles. As the feet and legs are moving around, keep your attention on your tummy, cinching in, drawing back. Pressing your lower back down. Start to make your circles a little bit bigger. So we're creating this strength and stability in our core center so that this freedom of movement with the legs and the hips becomes easier. And that's what we want in daily life as well. Let's try going backwards. Takes a bit of concentration. Still keeping that attention, all our awareness on our center. Imagine you're pressing something down with your back. You're keeping it in place. Go forwards once more. Just a comfortable size circle. And backwards once more. And if you are finding it tricky to keep your lower back down, you can try using a yoga strap or something thin like that and actually keeping it pressed down in between your mat and your back. All right, feet to the floor. And straight on to the next one. So bring the knees back in towards the chest. Let's cinch in once more. Start to straighten the legs. Almost fully, a little bit more than before, but not completely. Hands, they could rest on your belly or by your side. Start to widen the legs. Comfortably bring them back in. Now peel the hips up and pop them back down. Again, repeat, widen, draw them in, peel up, and repeat. So I call these hip curls. We're not trying to come up very far. It really is just a little curl up of the tailbone. And we really don't need to take the legs out too wide, just take them to a comfortable distance. And we're not using the arms. You might need to just check in that you're not pressing the hands down. Few more, keep going. Keep breathing. Good, last one. And pop the feet down. Now, let's pause in a brief little bridge pose. So just lift the hips up. Stretching out the hip flexors and the abdomen. Before we carry on, and lower back down again there. Okay, bring the knees back in towards the chest. Curl back, hug the tummy in. Lengthen the legs up. So maybe it's comfortable to bring them a little bit more straighter now. And then drop the right leg down. Spread the toes, push your way through the heels. You can keep the hands on the tummy by your sides, even back overhead. I quite like that position. Take the arms straight up. Peel up and just tap the fingertips back down and back to wherever your hands were. Switch legs. We're just starting off nice and slow. Arms reach up, peel up, look forwards, tap, and coming back down. Switching, and here you can now start to go at your own pace. But don't go too quickly. So we don't want to rely on momentum. We want to rely on strength and integration and coordination of the muscles. And you might have noticed that we don't need to come up too high for this to have an effect. All right, last one or two. And then pop the feet back down. Okay, so next one is my favorite one. So bring the knees back in, lengthen the legs back up. Bring the legs as straight as you can, just as straight as you comfortably can. If you need to keep the knees bent, just see if you can point the toes up towards the ceiling still rather than off at an angle. Because what we're going to do is imagine we're going to tap the toes towards the ceiling. So these are our hip hops. Just like that. So when you're ready, we're just lifting the pelvis up. Again, a small amount, but keeping the legs straight. And imagine you want to touch the toes to the ceiling. You can do a few, take a pause. Again, check in you're not pushing down with the hands too much. This one is a lot harder though, so don't worry if you are using the hands a little bit. But you can also try taking the arms back behind. And what we're aiming for is to stay vertical. If you feel like you're lifting and the legs are going back a little bit, that's okay, but it means there's just a little bit of momentum going on there. And we'll work towards keeping the legs straight. Just take a few more. Definitely a good one to practice. Coming down. Breathe. Take your hands onto your tummy and take a nice big breath into it, so fill it up. And then let it go. Again, big breath into the tummy space. And out. So keep breathing into your belly and just feeling it gently rise and fall. And drape the legs over to one side. Nice little gentle twist that also helps to lengthen through the hip flexors. And go to the second side. Giving yourself this time to unwind after the work. Let the strength and connection benefits sink in. Come back to the center. Take a bridge. Lift here. Really press into the feet. Feel the glutes switch on. And come back down. And we'll just finish up again with that twist from side to side. You might like to open the arms. But keep breathing into the tummy. So whilst it's so important that we do find great strength in the core muscles, it's also really important to know how to switch them off and relax here in the tummy too. We don't want to be tense there, switch sides all the time. And what those exercises are great at doing is finding or tapping into deep abdominal strength, not just the superficial layer, because the deeper strength is the important stuff. That's what's supporting our low back, supporting our movements too. So you could go side to side again, or you could just stretch the legs out, take a little rest. You might feel like going on now to another practice, whatever it is. Take your time. Thank you so much for joining me. Let me know how you got on. Remember to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. And I can't wait to see you again next time.